Hey, it's Jeremy from Jeremy.net. So recently I began the practice of, or really started to realize the usefulness of when I go back and study figure drawings from my class that did not come out well, that I realize I can learn a lot by drawing the bones into those poses. So I've got a page here with some drawings from class that I was planning on reworking. Drawings that could have been excellent, but just had some fundamental flaws that I was like, it took it from potentially a really good drawing to something that was flawed and mediocre. And I realized not only the part about the bones, that I've been, I've seen examples of that in other art books, and I realized, oh, I needed to do that for a while now. But what I have not been doing is specifically using the figure drawing skeleton that I have as part of that study process. Usually I will look at it when I want to look at anatomy reference for, a piece that I'm working on, but I haven't been using it for my figure drawing anatomy studies. And more importantly, even though I knew that the skeleton did come apart, I realized I have not been taking advantage of the fact that I can take the actual pieces apart that I need to draw them at the angles I want. For instance, the spine doesn't curve necessarily in the way that this model is in the pose, but I could take the legs off because they would kind of be in the way while I'm doing this and hold it in the proper position to look at it. And I put a little picture in picture so you can get a view of it. Unfortunately, I can't hold the piece at the angle I'm looking at it that I need to see it at and have it in view of the camera at the same time at the angle I need it at. So I started putting a little picture in picture in the video so you can see up there, in the corners what I'm looking at while I'm drawing these. Knees in particular are something that I always struggle with, and I'm not sure why, because they're not more complicated than the rib cage or the pelvis, but I always seem to have trouble with knees when I'm in figure drawing classes. So I realized, again, with the pelvis not being able to be adjusted to the angle that the curve that I need it to be, it was easier for me to just unscrew the legs and sit down and have them in front of me while I'm at the drawing table. And I can just look at them while I'm working. This proved to be extremely convenient and valuable to do this. And I remember back years ago when I first started taking figure drawing class seriously, as when I realized it was going to become a regular practice. I was going to be going to classes, hopefully every week for the rest of my life. When I first started taking classes with Carl Ganas, one of the things he told the class was, if you plan on taking figure drawing seriously, get yourself a skeleton and get yourself a complete set of bones. He actually recommended getting them unattached, just separate loose bones as opposed to a full skeleton. And the reason for that is because, for the exact reason that I'm talking about here, that this skeleton, while it has a good amount of anatomical detail and pretty good movement, it still can't be moved in the exact poses that the human body takes. It would just be too expensive to make a piece like that, for now. I keep hoping someday that someone will make a 30-inch or a 36-inch tall figure drawing skeleton that has all of the movement and flexibility of like the life-size skeletons that they usually have in drawing classes. But until then, having just the loose individual pieces. See, even there, I'm looking at the kneecap because I'm trying to say, well, wait, am I drawing the shape of the kneecap right? The way the kneecap attaches to this skeleton is just absurd. It's like a big old shin guard, and it doesn't at all. Once you bend the knee, it doesn't look at all like it's in the right position. But I'm digressing. Point is that when I first started studying with Carl Ganas, he had mentioned that it was a good idea to get individual bones to draw from. And I had never thought about the fact that my skeleton comes apart. So I have that, and I can use it. And now that I have, when I'm doing my when I do my figure drawing rescues and figure drawing nightmares, when I go back and I look at my stuff from class and try to reanalyze it and fix it and make adjustments, I'm going to make an effort to bring this skeleton into that process a lot more, because looking at these bones while and trying to find their place in the drawing that I'm trying to repair, to fix, to analyze and study, it it enriches the process so much more. It really gives me a deeper sense of the structure, how the surface anatomy and the deep anatomy really work together. And that's the whole point of me doing these studies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please like and share them. Visit my resources page for free creativity tools and comic books at resources.jeremy.net. That's resources.gerimi.net. Also, visit my main website, jeremy.net, where you can buy my comic books, art prints, and more. There's also links to my Instagram, Twitter, and other social media accounts. That's it for now. Go be creative.